Back with us now, Congressman Dan Bishop from House Judiciary, along with former Trump economic advisor Steve Moore. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you guys. Hey, listen, it's Merry Christmas time in D.C., Congressman. This pork storm is out of control. 4,000 earmarks, and now taxpayers have to pay for private limo services across the government, chauffeurs for the IRS commissioner, the Energy Department, even the Office of Government Ethics, also something called the National Cemetery Administration.
You know, it's shameful, Liz, that this Frankenstein process, this Frankenstein bill, they're betrayals of the American people. As you said in the tease, that this is by dint of 18 Republican senators voting to do this, or it wouldn't have made it out of the Senate. It certainly, Pelosi will have no limit on the vote she needs to do a wasteful bill like this, but it's an outrage. We're spending money we don't have on things we don't need. So,
Steve, to the congressman's point, they're going to spend trillions of dollars on a bill they will not read, not hold hearings on, but now they're demanding every taxpayer give details on 1099 forms to the IRS about their little $600 payments on phone apps like Venmo or PayPal, Steve.
Yeah, you know, I thought we were going to have a less intrusive IRS. By the way, there is additional funding for the IRS in this bill. Gee, I thought when the Republicans were running for Congress, they said they would not allow the additional funding. Now we know why they want 87,000 new IRS agents to monitor. If you go out and buy a sofa, Liz, and the IRS is going to want to know about that transaction. I've got to say, congratulations to Congressman Bishop. He's one of the few heroes, along with Rand Paul, who actually knows. I don't know, Congressman, you made it through the 5,000 pages, but he knows more about what's in this bill than anybody, because one of the big outrages here is most congressmen and women and most senators have no idea what's in this bill. How could they possibly? They've only had it for 2 or 3 days. It's when you include the appendix, it's 5,000 pages. So we should be cutting the government spending now after $4.5 trillion of spending under Biden. And Liz, many times on your show, I have attacked Biden, and I've attacked Schumer and Pelosi, but this one is on the Republicans too.
So to Steve's point, there's also this. Will House Democrats go for this, Congressman? Senate Democrats agree to keep Title 42 in place. That comes out of Senator Kyrsten Sinema now and independent Democrat John Tester. They're going to keep a separate amendment to extend Title 42 until a plan is in place for illegal border crossings. But will the far left in the House block that?
You know, I don't know, Liz. I guess that's a problem for them. I haven't seen the language. I heard the language was a little thin in terms of what's in there, so we'll have to see how that plays out. But, you know, that's a minor comma on this big story of a horrendous bill. You know, I don't know what we'd do if we hadn't done a gender equity fund for Pakistan.
It's not minor. Title 42 is the last, backstop to the border totally collapsing, Congressman.
Yeah, I get that, Liz. No doubt about that. Look, the problem is critical, but their change to it is minor in the sense that they've been working on, an invasion of the country without that being gone. They're after it. They want to enforce it. So, again, I'm not sure that's the fix that we need. We need a lot more border security. That's what we should be doing in this bill or in a bill next year with a continuing resolution now, rather than giving in to the Democrats on everything they want.
So what the congressman just said, Steve, there's $45 billion in aid for Ukraine. $45 billion for Ukraine. Only 2/3 of it goes toward military activities. Something like $17 billion goes to undefined economic assistance. $2 billion goes toward clean energy investments in Ukraine. And Congressman Bishop has broken this down, that the bill expressly forbids border protection to use funding for border security technology. So the message from Washington to the border states, Steve, and the rest of the country, you're on your own, Steve.
How in the world did any single Republican vote for this piece of trash? I mean, it is so thoroughly rancid. It's basically all of Biden's policies. The one thing Republicans are saying, well, we got aid for Ukraine. We're all for Ukraine, right? We're all for the freedom fighters. But my God, we've given them tens of billions of dollars. Nobody knows what's happened to the money. And as you just said, a lot of the money isn't even for the military to repel the invasion from Russia. What happened here, I mean, people need to know. Republicans wanted to spend more money on defense. Democrats wanted to spend more money, hundreds of billions more on social programs. So what we ended up doing is spending more on both. It's going to bankrupt this country.
Okay, by the way, we've had an inspector general overseeing spending in Afghanistan for a generation. It's unclear why we don't have one for Ukraine.
Yeah.
You know, Congressman, President Biden, he did nearly 300 executive actions on the border in his first year, outpacing Trump. There's very little right now in what the GOP is signing off on with the Democrats and border security. This is a national crisis. Watch the president of the Hispanic Business Council, Javier Palomares. He said he's so sick and tired of what Democrats are doing, he may become a Republican. Watch this.
Voted for Joe Biden, and I'm pleading with him to come down here and illustrate that he cares of the people of South Texas. Everybody here, male, female, Republican, Democrat, every end of the spectrum here, everybody agrees on one thing. This is a crisis, and we need attention from Washington. We need action from our leaders.
Would you vote for him again?
We'll see. But I gotta tell you, the Democrats are going to make a Republican out of me.
So he represents 4 million businesses, small businesses, Congressman. To Steve's point, why did the GOP cave? Why did the GOP go AWOL here on all of this?
I can't explain it, Liz. Like all Americans, it makes me furious. We should be having this opportunity in the next Congress with the Republican House to get border security as we work out the fiscal picture. It's just horrible.
So you spend tens of billions for Ukraine. The criticism is, yes, Steve, we hear you. Everybody wants Ukraine to be safe and to beat Russia. But there's very little accountability in what's going on, not just within Ukraine, Steve, but throughout this, big bang spending package. Your final word, Steve Moore.
Well, the best way to beat Ukraine is not to send tens of billions of dollars to these non-government organizations. We don't know what happens to the money. It's very clear. The most important thing is for America to produce more oil and gas and bankrupt Russia, which is what we were doing under Trump. So we build the pipelines, produce oil here. Every barrel of oil we produce here is less money for Russia for their war machine. So why don't we do that, Liz?
Yeah, you should run the Common Sensican Party. That was an idea that was out there. The new Common Sense Party. All right, Steve Moore. Congressman Bishop, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you both. Thanks for spending time with us tonight. It's good to see you.